Hello everyone, and welcome to a special kind of video where today we're going to be talking about Warzone 2. Now, the state of Warzone 2 is not looking good, in my opinion. If we look at the players, Season 2 brought them back, but they're dropping again. Something that I believe is a part of this is the multiple different reasons that we're going to go through in this video. So if you do find this interesting and you want more videos like this about Warzone and Modern Warfare 2, please do leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And without further ado, let's get into it. I think something that we can all agree on is that Warzone 2 has not got nearly enough content. If we look at the guns and the content that we are getting, we are not getting, one, we're not getting enough, and second, we're not getting very good ones. So let me put this into perspective for you. In Modern Warfare 2019, I didn't play the multiplayer much. I played Warzone quite a lot, but from what I saw of multiplayer, we did have a few returning maps, but not too many. I may be mistaken on that, don't quote me. But from what I saw, there weren't too many returning maps from all Call of Duties. Most of it was original content, which people enjoyed, but they also wanted a mixture of old ones as well. If we look at the new Modern Warfare 2 with the multiplayer maps, we have basically had most of the maps from old games come back. We've had Dome from Modern Warfare 3, we've had Shipment from Modern Warfare 19 and Modern Warfare back like 2002, all those games. We've had the we've had Shipment come back. Now obviously everyone loves Shipment and everything like that, but we want some original content, some new content, because Activision is now in that state where they have had a mixture of that about not even a year ago, of old stuff and new stuff, and people like that mixture. They have now thought that people want nostalgia, so they are going back to old Call of Duties and bringing maps over, which I don't think is right, because if you look at games nowadays like Fortnite, they don't really bring back nostalgic things, mostly because they have content ideas and they know what they are doing with the content. I'm not saying Activision doesn't. I'm just saying a game like Fortnite gets more updates and more new content and original content and nostalgia content all in one go. Now I think it's fair to say that Warzone 1 did have its share of overpowered weapons, but nothing as crazy as the ones that we have in Warzone 2, really. Let me explain what I mean. So with Warzone 1, you had shotguns, ARs, and snipers and SMGs. They were mostly the meta. Nowadays, you have two akimbo pistols that have been nerfed loads of times. Still one shot, yes, one shot with 3 plates in Warzone 2. Still one shot. And also, obviously, we had the shotgun. Now, the shotgun is probably one of the worst metas I've ever experienced, and I hope they do not add anything like that again. I was getting one-tapped with a fire shotgun so many games in a row, so many times, and also the fire rate of it was ridiculous. It wasn't boom ch boom ch. It was boom 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 boom. It took no time to reload, really. You just shot tons of times and then reloaded it instead of going boom ch boom ch. That is why the shotgun was so overpowered, because if we look at all the other shotguns, like the Bryson, it goes boom and then ch. So it gives you a bit more, so it gives the player who is being shot a bit of time to react, whereas that shotgun just pelted you with strikes where you could not react, really. You couldn't escape if they were at good range. Another thing is the RPK. Obviously, the RPK is an LMG. Now, back to what I said earlier about the meta not being spread enough. Now, what I mean by that is you had the metas were shotgun, LMG, pistols, and SMG. You didn't really... ARs were out the equation, marksman rifles were, melees were, snipers were, they were all out the equation. No meta, this meta wasn't spread. It didn't have an even playing field, really. Now, obviously, you can't have an even playing field all the time, but I just feel like if you made every weapon not equal, but kind of like fair to use in any realm of like Warzone endeavor, I guess you could say, then I feel like the game would do much better. Now, when it comes to Warzone 2, there is not a lot of movement. Now, what I mean by that is, obviously you've got dolphin diving, sliding, and tactical sprinting, which is all good, but we need a new kind. We need something that can give us an edge in battle. What I mean by that is, in Warzone 1, first off, I'm not saying bring back slide cancelling. All I'm saying is that slide cancelling gave you a bit of time to escape. What I mean by that is, if you were being shot down by someone, if they were on a roof and they were shooting down at you, you could tactical sprint, slide cancel out of the way most of the time, and you would most of the time get away. It was a way for you to even the playing field. Now, in this Warzone 2, you can't really do that. The tactical sprint you can still do that, but it's much slower and it's not as good as slide cancelling. Obviously, we shouldn't bring it back. I'm just saying. Also, with the dolphin diving, if you were to do that with someone dolphin diving, if I am dolphin diving and they are shooting down at me and they are a good shot, they will not miss a single target if I'm not going in a building. They will not miss a single shot, which then doesn't even the playing field, and I have to then either respawn with resurgence or win the gulag back just to get my stuff back, because there is no movement. Another thing is that the sliding goes on way too long, I think. Because what I mean by that is, when you're sliding, you can't really do anything other than slide. You can't aim while you're sliding. You can hit fire, but obviously that's not as accurate, which then also stops you from doing really well in battle. If you were sliding and someone was shooting at you. Now, I feel like if you could shoot while sliding, if you could aim down sights, that would make it much better for everyone. Because if you're getting shot at and they only have 2 plates and you have a sniper and you're sliding and you can headshot them, I feel like then they had an even playing field, because they were shooting at you first, and then you also have an even playing field while being able to shoot back properly. Obviously, do not bring back slide cancelling, but this is just another one of the reasons why Warzone 2 isn't doing very well. I think that we can all agree that Warzone 1 had quite a lot of good maps. Like, it had Fortune's Keep, a resurgence map, Rebirth, a resurgence map, Caldera, not a resurgence map, but had resurgence mode sometimes in it. Now, what I'm trying to say here is, people do like resurgence. And obviously, we had Verdansk before Caldera, which everyone did like as well. But people got a bit sick of going on Verdansk, so they brought Caldera over, obviously. Now, what I'm trying to say is, Warzone 2, first off, Al Mazrah is way too big. Caldera isn't much smaller, but it is smaller where it's small enough, it's big enough so that it kind of fits the Battle Royale feel. Whereas Al Mazrah, it just feels like I'm on like a 32-hour hike with my mates, just shooting at people. Obviously, we have a Sheikah Island that came in this season. It's a good map, but it's not a really good map. What I mean by that is, Fortune's Keep, you had all these little spots that that you could stand up on and like were really good for combat. Like you had Keep, where it was really high up. You had Winery, which was very like compact. You had a lot of good areas to fight. It's quite a variation. Sheikah Island is mostly high ground with the castle in the middle and the towers, and it's mostly from building to building. There's not a lot of like compact fights, really. I mean, not in my experience at least, which I feel like would just help the game just get that bit more of a nudge. So another thing that I don't get with the maps though is that the one map that was bringing Activision all this money, all this attention, was Rebirth. And then for some reason, they don't add it in Warzone 2. I mean, I know that they are a $5 billion company, they make that pretty much every year. But, if you are basically taking out the thing that is giving you all this attention, are you really going to make a lot of money off that? You've sometimes just got to ask yourself these questions. Is the game going to benefit with this gone? Now, something that has been of great controversy throughout Warzone 1 and Warzone 2, the whole way through both games so far, is skill-based matchmaking. Now, there is no doubt that it needs to be there, because, don't get me wrong, I love dropping PRs and wins as much as the next guy, but there is a certain level of degree that I like to do that in. What I mean by that is I do not want lobbies full of bots. I do not want lobbies where I will win every single time, because then I'm not going to improve. I would like lobbies that are based on my skill level, but also on my level and prestige. What I mean by that is, in old Call of Duties, such as Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, mostly the Black Ops, you had skill-based matchmaking was pretty much, it was done quite solidly, quite well. Where it didn't just on your skill level, it also matters on your prestige, the amount of like your weapon level, all of this. It mattered on all of that. Now I like that because it balances you out. Because I am currently in lobbies full of like level 300 to 400s, okay, and I'm only level 194 myself. I'm only at level 194. I'm not high level. But I'm getting in lobbies with high levels, which obviously shows that I'm pretty good, or I'm alright at the game. But there is, like I said, there is a certain level of degree that I like skill-based matchmaking, because I do not want to go against sweats. What I mean by that is I do not want to go into a game of Warzone and have to sweat my butt off like I'm in the championship against the FaZe clan every single game. I do not want to do that. I just want to play the game casually, because if I want to play the game casually and I sometimes play really sweaty, if I have a really good game, that then pushes me, that the code of the game then pushes me to do that every single game, when I might just want to sit and relax with my friends. Now obviously skill-based matchmaking, like I said, it needs to be there, and we did get ranked play. The ranked play, from what I've seen, is done pretty well. I haven't played it myself, but from what I've seen, it's done pretty well. Where it's obviously got all the different ranks and all that. It's done pretty well from what I've seen. But one thing that I do not understand is why would you add a ranked mode to multiplayer in not Warzone? Because Warzone has not had a ranked play for ages. Obviously you've had Warzone tournaments for like 100 grand. You've had money tournaments, yeah, but you haven't had an actual ranked mode to it, which I do not understand, because Warzone 1 and Warzone 2 have still not had a ranked mode, and that is probably, they are both probably more played than the actual normal games themselves. Warzone 2 is probably more played than Modern Warfare 2, because more people want that action. They want to get in there, they want to play they want to play Battle Royale, but they do not want to sweat so much that their clothes are covered and they have to be washed every 5 minutes. They do not want that. They just want to sit and chill. Which is why skill-based matchmaking is not, because it's not being done right, it is then pushing players to their absolute limits and beyond, which is good in some cases, but if you just want to relax and play with your friends, it is not good at all. Because if you have like I said, if you have a really good game, you better be prepared to keep that up, which then pushes players away. Whereas Fortnite, it has a ranked mode that is actually done pretty well, so then if they want to play pubs and chill with their friends, they can. Whereas in Warzone you can't. You have to either play sweaty or you have to play badly. That is going to be the end of the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please smash like and subscribe. These are only just a few of the reasons that I think Warzone is not doing too well. Well, Warzone 2 anyway. But if you do like videos like this, do smash like and subscribe. If you want me to say like the positives about Warzone 2, because there are some, believe me. If you would like me to do a video on that, please tell me. And And yeah, we're on the road to 100 subs, so if we can get there, that would be amazing. I appreciate you guys a lot, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.